Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Olivia and I've been a type 1 diabetic for over 20 years now, and today I'm bringing you guys along to pack my diabetic emergency kit that I keep in my car. So, in New Jersey now, it is getting warmer out, and as most would know, when the weather starts to hike up, your sugars tend to drop a bit. So I always like to have an emergency kit in my car for when I'm out and about, so that way I always have something to treat a low blood sugar spell on the go. And I found this fancy little box on Amazon. I can link it in my description box below if you're interested in finding something similar. This one I believe was the larger size, and they also have a smaller one. But what I'm doing today is being prepared, because my husband can vouch that I am quite noteworthy for being not as prepared and being out at the park with the kids, or being driving and having a low blood sugar spell and not being able to do anything about it. And when you have two toddlers in the back seat, you can't just quickly run into a convenience store to grab something. Now it's a whole process. So I have found keeping snacks in my car and juice boxes in a fancy little kit is the best way to do it for me, because my kids know to go into my purse and get my snacks out, but they can't quite figure out how to open this box just yet. So this does the trick. I keep it in my trunk, and that way I always have something. So I'm gonna snap open this. It's called a snack tackle box. I've seen a lot of people put their medical supplies in it, like Band-Aids. People store snacks in here, and it's so, you have the big bin, and then you put this on top, and it's just, I really like it. So let's get to packing. So as I said, the weather's getting warmer up here. So the first thing I'm actually going to put in here has no sugar in it at all, but I think it's important to have water bottles, because one of my favorite things to have when my sugar is low is peanut butter crackers. And this has also happened many times to me when I'm driving in the car. I have some peanut butter crackers or chips, pretzels. I eat them, and then I'm like, oh, I'm dying of thirst now. So having water bottles will not kill me. And I know that once the weather gets really hot, like we're in the heat of summer, I'll have to figure out something else, or maybe change some of the products I put in the bin. But right now it's nice in spring, 60 degrees, 70 degrees tops. So I feel okay putting the stuff in my car that it won't melt and it will be just fine. So I threw some water bottles in there. Next, I'm going to throw some juice boxes. I just picked these up from the Dollar Tree. So they were $1.25 each pack. I picked up an orange tangerine pack and an apple pack. And these have 15 grams of sugar per juice box. And these just come in clutch because they're tiny little things. They are only a little over 4 ounces. So I could do a quick chug. And I grabbed these, and I'm going to throw these in here too. I know this is silly, and I know that, like, when your sugar's low or you're having a medical emergency, you shouldn't really be thinking about like what you want to eat, but I just can't help it. When my sugar's low, I don't really want juice and all of that. I remember my mom's big thing. My mom was a diabetic as well. My mom's biggest thing she would do to treat her sugar spells were juice, like orange juice and maple syrup. And she would just put it on a spoon, just eat the maple syrup. And I'm like, oh, like, it's just, if my sugar's low, even if I'm very out of it, I still want to enjoy the experience of eating something good. So my big go-to is I love peanut butter. So like peanut butter pretzels or peanut butter crackers, cheese crackers. But I'm going on a rant about peanut butter and maple syrup. But these juice boxes are the best thing if like you need it in a pinch. You know, when I'm driving, to be able just to grab a juice box out and drink that real quick, that is the best thing for that. So threw that in there. We'll see if all this stuff fits, because I don't really know what all is gonna fit in here. But next I will show you, as I was just talking about, the peanut butter crackers. These peanut butter crackers are from Target. I think it was like $4 for the box of 20. It's a steal. I love these even if my sugar isn't low. My kids love these. Everyone just loves these. So I'm gonna throw some of these in here, because we all know that if my sugar gets low, that's really what I'm going in there and grabbing out. So I put 5 packs of those in there. I also pulled aside some little tiny bags of pretzels. They're 100-calorie pretzels. These ones are 20 grams per bag. And not to mention, this stuff's just great even if like you just want a little snack. sometimes the car rides can be longer than you expect, and I'm going to try my hardest not to let my kids know I have this, because once they know this is somewhere in my car, they're going to just constantly make demands to want this stuff. But it's nice that we have food if, God forbid, we ever need it. And then I'm going to take my little plastic tray and throw it up top. So you have down here the pretzels, the cracker, the juices, the Wooders. And now I'm going to do my top part of my tackle box with some quick acting candies, hard candies, suckers, stuff like that. First thing I'm going to put in here are the Werther's Original Caramel Apple Filled Candies. And these are 7 grams of sugar for 2 pieces. And this is a great thing if I feel like my sugar is getting low, to be able to pop one in my mouth to kind of prevent it from happening. So I'm going to put them in one of my trays. I've never had these, but they look so good. I got these from the Dollar Tree as well, but it looks like caramel, and then in the center it looks like little green apple flavored filling. It looks delicious. So I put that in there. And then the other ones I have tried and I really like them. These are the soft caramels Werther's. And I'm going to put these in here as well. I am more of a caramel person than a chocolate person, so I thought this would be nice to have. There we go. Perfect. And these ones are 13 grams of sugar for 5 pieces. So I guess, what is that? About 3 grams of sugar for 1 piece. So this is another quick thing that if my sugar is getting low, because I have Dexcom and Omnipod, I can see when my sugar is starting to dip a little bit. I can just pop one of these in to kind of prevent anything, too crazy from happening. The next thing is chocolate, though. I love peanut butter, as I mentioned. These are the Mr. Good bars. I feel like I'm the only person in America that likes these, but I saw these at the Dollar Tree and I wanted to throw these in here. And these are 16 grams of sugar for 4 pieces. So 4 grams of sugar per piece. Toss these in here. Ooh, toss these in here. My husband loves chocolate. I also shouldn't let him know that I have this, because this needs to be the best hidden tackle box in my car. Throw that in there as well, so that's all set. And then the last thing I grabbed were these. My kids love these, so I bought these mainly for them, but I know that sometimes when I'm at the gym or I'm out having like a fruit snack, or these are the fruit and vegetable strips, they get my sugar up real quick and they're very fast. So these ones I bought for my kids, but I'm going to steal a few out of there. It's 10 grams of sugar for 1 strip. So a lot of times, I'm a runner, so I like to run in the mornings. Before I leave for my run, I will eat one of these real quick, because it's not filling. It doesn't bother your stomach. It's just, quick and easy, and I love that. So I thought these would be a great thing to have in there for that as well. And I'll throw that right on top. So that does it. And I'm super excited to have this with me in my car, just because I know one of my husband's biggest arguments with me has been, your sugar's low, why weren't you prepared? Why didn't you bring something? And I know for the longest time, my excuse was, well, the kids ate all the crackers. They're toddlers. I'm giving it to them. But I'm thinking about what they want before my own needs. So this tackle box is me doing something that I personally need. So if you are a diabetic, type 1 or type 2, I recommend having one of these things, because you never know when it could save your life. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story that happened to me a few years ago. It's going to make me sound absolutely crazy, but I'm okay putting myself out there if it benefits other people. So back before I had kids, when I was working, I was driving home from work, and I left work knowing my sugar was getting low. It was before I had Dexcom, and it was before I had the pump. So it was back when I would finger prick. I left my job and I was heading home. I lived about 20 minutes away, and I knew my sugar was low. So I said, I'm going to stop at the store and get myself a quick sandwich. So I stopped, I got myself a cheesesteak, and I get back in the car and I eat a bite of it. And I don't know if any other diabetic has experienced this. And like I said, this is me being very vulnerable, so please be nice if you are commenting about this story. But sometimes when my sugar gets low, I tend to get more aggressive and hostile. So I'm by myself, so no one has to worry. But I'm driving in the car, and a car in front of me stopped real quick. And my sugar was low, and I got so annoyed that I took my sandwich and threw it against my windshield. So I turned, to the side of the road. I sat there for a few minutes, realizing that that was what I had for my low sugar spell, was that sandwich. I lost my mind for a second there. I stopped, pulled over, checked my sugar, and it was in the 30s. And this is so not recommended, but I then just drove the 15 minutes the rest of the way home. And I treated it when I got home, and I was fine. Everything's okay. Clearly, I'm standing here. Everything's okay. But that was so dangerous for me, for other people. And I just don't want that to happen again, especially now that I have two little ones in the backseat of my car. I'm driving around all the time. I need to be prepared so that doesn't happen again. And the throwing cheesesteak was a little bit crazy. And I can't remember my logic behind it, but I know that when my sugar does get low, I tend your mind gets hazy and you tend to get a little bit aggressive, feisty. And yeah, that was a disgusting way I had to clean my car out after that. Clearly, it was nasty. Wouldn't recommend that. Anywho, this is my basket. Thank you for coming along with me today and packing my emergency kit. I wish you guys all the luck in packing your emergency kit. And if you have any special things you'd like to add to your kits, leave in my comments below, so that way when I go to pack this again, I can add some new exciting treats. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.